Good morning. My name is Dennis. I'm your service associate for the day, and I'm assisted in part this morning by Rebecca Lindley. We are the North Shore Unitarian Church. In this community, we celebrate people from all walks of life, no matter how you make your living or how you experience the sacred. No matter who you are or who you love, we hope you will feel welcome here. We appreciate and acknowledge our spiritual home here on the unceded and shared lands of the Coast Salish peoples. Well, welcome to today's Unitarian service, where we're ready to explore the intriguing and spiritual practice of chanting. Chanting is a form of rhythmic, repetitive vocalization practiced in a wide range of cultures. It's used in spiritual practices to strengthen community, heal illness, and overcome psychological and emotional difficulties. In this service, we will explore the history of chanting together and practice through song to reach a collective vibrational state. Rebecca, thank you for coming forward to light our chalice today as we symbolize the light of knowledge and exploration. We kindle this flame as a symbol of our gathering.
May the light of understanding illuminate our darkness. May the warmth of shadow bring us peace.
While Rebecca lights the second candle of global concerns, a quote. Infinite horizons converge in our shared home, Earth. Amidst the symphony of nations, let compassion be our guide. A single flame illuminates the shadows of indifference. Each word echoes the call for unity, ignites conversations, and sparks empathy. Together, let us fuel a candle of global concern that dispels the darkness of apathy. For joys and concerns, when we come to church, we bring with us the joys and concerns that are part of our daily lives. Today we hold the following people in our hearts. Nancy McMaster passed away peacefully on Tuesday evening, December 12th, in the loving presence of close friends and her sister, just after listening to one of her favorite pieces to perform, Debussy's Clair de Lune. Liz Moffat and Carrie Burke will be coordinating a celebration of life ceremony for Nancy in the new year. Nancy was deeply supported by many messages of inspiration and encouragement from our community. We light this also acknowledging all the unspoken joys and concerns in our midst. Please rise in body or spirit as we enter a time of singing with hymn number 1009. The idea of this service was inspired in this very room some years ago. We had a real live throat singer who chanted a twisted tone from deep within his chest while the congregation walked in an imagined labyrinth in concentric circles. Chants were derived to enhance the parts in sacred ceremonies and religious services. Such music created the mood and atmosphere for rituals and prayers at these various events. The chants were unwritten and passed down from generation to generation through repetition and memorization. Chants deeply influence psychology and emotion. To name a few, harmony. Most chants use a very limited harmonic progression to intentionally not create a strong emotional response. They very often use one or two chords. In contrast, pieces based on the harmonic progression of the Pachelbel canon do create a strong, emotional, often teary response. Repetition is huge. Something tribal and instinctive in our brain gets calmed by repetition. It is thought that to be effective, a chant has to continue for at least 7 minutes. Most congregational hymns last for 3 minutes or less. Range. Most chanting is sung. If it lies in the lower range, for the majority of people, it's calming. And if it's in the upper register, it requires more effort to sing. Volume. Evangelical churches that encourage strong emotion use volume extensively to induce emotion. The music tends to be loud, which again induces a tribal, immersive experience, creating high emotion and a high sense of corporate identity. Volume is not encouraged in traditional religious chants like Hindu, Buddhist, Baha'i, or Gregorian chants. Rhythm. Drumming is used in almost all traditional chanting except the Catholic Church Gregorian chants. Apart from Christian rock, chanting is almost never chaotic or busy. Tunings. Perfectly tuned fourth, fifth, and octaves have a natural resonance which is very powerful. Contemporary tuning, in the effort to accommodate all the keys, end up compromising these perfectly tuned fourth and fifths. Music that is very simple, like traditional a cappella Gregorian chant, settles quickly into perfectly tuned fourth and fifth octaves. They become calming. And finally, frequencies. We'll play a short video to demonstrate the amazing effect of frequencies, particularly on our bodies and every particle within us. Shortly, I'll explore the effect of these frequencies on our bodies in greater depth. Fascinating. Overtone singing, also known as overtone chanting or harmonic singing, polyphonic overtone singing, or diaphonic singing, is a set of singing techniques in which the vocalist manipulates the resonances of the vocal tract to arouse the perception of additional and separate notes beyond fundamental frequency that is being produced. From a fundamental pitch made by the human voice, harmonic overtones can be selectively amplified by changing the vocal tract, the dimensions and shape of the resonant cavities of the mouth and the pharynx. This resonant tuning allows singers to create more than one pitch at the same time. The fundamental pitch and one or more selected overtones, and usually generates a single fundamental frequency with their vocal folds. Now, if anyone was a child and screamed with a sibling, and your screams crossed each other and made this weird sound, it's almost similar. All right, so I'd like everybody to try that. No. In Om chanting, the desired frequency is precisely 432 megahertz. A scientifically refuted claim that this is the same vibrational frequency found throughout everything in nature. The claim being that by chanting at this frequency, we're symbolically and physically tuning into that sound and acknowledging our connection with all living beings, nature, and the universe. As it turns out, there's actually many frequencies, hundreds of them in nature, so this is not true. The association of 432 megahertz with spiritual significance is rooted in cultural and subjective beliefs rather than scientific evidence. Chanting at 432 megahertz is said to help reduce stress and anxiety and helps in the release of serotonin and endorphins, which in turn keep the blood pressure and heart rate stable, providing a sense of well-being. 432 megahertz music helps in releasing one's negative energy blockages and acts as a good sound healing tool to release toxins. I believe that if you believe that it is good for you while you're doing it, your body, mind, and spirit will at least try to believe it, and thank you. Om chanting is associated with the experience of relaxation, changes in autonomic balance, and deactivation of limbic brain regions, the part of the brain involved in our behavior and emotional responses, especially when it comes to behaviors we need for survival, feeding, reproduction, and caring for our young, and our fight or flight responses. Singing bowls, hand drums, rain sticks are all designed and tuned to musically connect to the soul. Please sit back and close your eyes if you like, and join in our contemplative and meditative positions as Allison both demonstrates and sings Om Namah Shivaya.
This is a chant which opens with the Om, and I invite us all to chant that Om. The words are Om Namah Shivaya, which is in the name of Shiva, and Shiva is the god of the destroyer of fear, something which we're all familiar with. I would invite us all to drop into that, and if you feel fear anywhere, whether it's coming up from your thoughts or take a scan of your body as you are singing this, just notice. I won't guide that, but we'll just be singing that Om Namah Shivaya. We will do it for 7 minutes. Shivaya, Om Namah 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 Shivaya. 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 Om.
I'd like to call the ushers forward to collect our offering. 100% of our offering plate collection today, unless otherwise noted, will be given to our Congregational Support Fund, which is used to help congregants in need of support. I just wanted to also mention, normally for that Congregational Support Fund, you would see the minister. Please, if you know someone in need, contact either Janie in the office, which you can do by phone or email, or speak to one of our board members who can be identified with their blue name tags. Today we share the following invitations and announcements. Please join us after service for coffee. We also are serving soup today for a suggested donation of $5. Join us on December 24th at 6 p.m. for our Christmas Eve service. And please note there will not be a 10:30 a.m. Sunday service on the 24th. Also note in your calendars, on Sunday, December 31st, we are having a New Year's Eve potluck brunch. No service, just food, friendship, and fellowship. So in closing, as our voices unite in the sacred rhythm of chanting, may the echoes of peace resonate within us. Let our shared melody linger, foster harmony and serenity throughout the week ahead. Embrace the divine cadence, carry its tranquility, and share its light with the world around you. Until we gather again, may the power of our collective chants linger in our hearts, creating a melody of compassion that echoes far beyond these walls. Go in peace. Let us conclude by taking our chalice into our hearts. We extinguish this flame. The world calls us to live with depth, meaning, and purpose. Please rise, join hands if you like, for our circle round for freedom.